Hello everyone and welcome to Military Grade Magic. Apologies for the delay here. This is going to be episode 7, How to Play Magic the Gathering. If we were more coordinated and knew what we were doing, we could have done this on episode 1, but here we are. This episode is going to be really good for new players and a refresher for those that have been playing for a little bit. We're going to go step by step, phase by phase, break down each turn. We're going to give a breakdown of what you can do, when you can do certain actions, and just really give a baseline for the game of Magic. It takes about an hour for us to get through a turn, which is something that, in a regular game of Magic, you can probably do in a minute to 3 minutes. It is elongated form. It really drills down some points that even myself, like I've said multiple times, I've played this game for about 10 years. I still get tripped up on stuff, so it's just a good refresher, good reminder for new and old players alike. The game is going to be mono white versus mono black. Chief Corgi is playing Corgi deck, of course, and Top will be playing Ghoul Collar Giza. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Heartbeats echo with the land, 5 colors united hand in hand, calling heroes near and far, shining bright.
I rolled this, Chief.
I got an 11,
Okay.
so it's all you.
This isn't live by any means.
Yeah, we're not that good.
Alright, let us know when you're ready to go.
All right, one sec. Let me put
This is all kind of impromptu.
I didn't think I was going to be able to be here.
To put it in context, Chief, I've known since preschool.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
You stuck around this long. That's high praise for you.
I'm resilient.
Yeah, hey, Army strong. I love it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, there's like, okay. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yeah.
Look at my nice beret.
I like the beret. Thought you were in France or Portugal, not France.
Yeah. All right, let me grab a drink and I'll be ready.
Okay.
Mrs. Chief Corgi has joined the chat.
Hi, Mrs. Chief Corgi. Say hi to the Chief's wife.
Like how we're keeping anonymity for my wife's name, but your wife.
Mrs. Top, say hello to Mrs. Chief.
Mrs. Tom.
Hi, Mrs. Chief.
Hi. I think some people are just meant to be more known than others, I guess.
All right, Chief. I stacked my hand, so this game should go over quick.
I heard you say the game was going to be over in 15 minutes. I was like, well, that's how I know. Putting all his best cards on top. All right, are we ready?
Yeah. All right, and
Yeah.
go. I don't draw for turn. Play a swamp.
Beautiful
And you
swamp.
go.
All right, draw for turn. I will play a Plainsy Plains, and I will pass.
I will draw. I'm gonna get my live counter up. I am so not prepared.
What else is new?
All right, there we go. And no turn. 2 plays. Here we go.
I'll play another Plains, and I will pass to you.
Draw another Plainsy Plains.
That's not a Plains. You're a cheater. You're disqualified.
A snow-covered swamp. I'll tap those 3. I'm gonna do Vizier of the
There
Scorpion.
you go.
When it enters, I amass 1,
Yep.
so I get
zombie
1/1
tokens,
army since I
that's
don't
it.
control 1.
Yep.
Zombie tokens I control have Death Touch. Your go.
On your end step, I'll tap to summon my commander. She has flash.
Oh,
Oh, still passing?
yep.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. You're gonna love this. This really
Okay.
only works against multiple opponents. I'm gonna tap 3 and play Stalking Leonin. Stalking Leonin, when it enters, I secretly choose an opponent.
Okay.
I wonder who I'll choose. Reveal that player you chose. Exile target creature that's attacking you if it's controlled by chosen player. I can activate only once.
So if I attack, if you attack me or I attack you, I'm sorry.
you attack me, I can reveal the player that I chose.
Oh.
Exile target creature that's attacking you. I can only do this one time. Vizier of the Scorpion's power toughness.
1/1.
1/1.
Yes.
I know he gives creatures death touch. Does he have death touch?
Only tokens do.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go into combat whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing at you, and I'm sorry, for those of you that are not used to playing against my Corgi deck, whenever Philia, Exuberant Shepherd, attacks, exile up to one other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it enters under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it. All right, so I'm going to choose to exile your zombie token.
Okay.
And then you have a 2/2 coming at you.
All right. I'll take 2.
That's commander damage.
Yeah.
2/2. It is cute. All right, pass to you.
Me go. Untap, up, draw. I'll do a 3 for a Phyrexian Ghoul. A 2/2. Sacrifice a creature. Phyrexian Ghoul gets 2/2 till end of turn. Into combat.
He gets a 2/2 until end of turn?
Yeah, if I sacrifice a creature to him, he gets 2/2 till end of turn. Okay, here we go.
My time to shine. Yeah. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'll play a Planesy Plains. I'm going to tap 4 for a Panharmonicon.
Okay.
If an artifact or creature entering the battlefield would trigger an ability, it does it twice instead. Your power and toughness is a 1/1 and a 2/2.
Correct.
I'm going to go into combat.
Okay.
I'm going to swing both my creatures at you.
Okay.
And when Philia attacks, I'm going to exile your Ghoul.
Okay.
It'll come back on your end step. Okay. 2/2 and a 3/3 coming at you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
2 of that is commander.
4.
I will pass.
My instep or your instep?
Your instep, the next instep.
Okay. I'll untap, upkeep, and draw. Tap my 3 for Death Baron. I have missed 2 land drops so far. This isn't going to be a good game. I'll swing since it gives 1/1 and Death Touch to all zombies.
Okay.
So 2 at ya.
Take 2.
I say your turn. Instep comes. Phyrexian Ghoul comes back.
Yes. My go?
Yes.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'll play a Planesy Plains. I will tap 5, and I will summon the Good King Mog, the 12th.
Okay.
He's a saga creature. When he enters the battlefield, I get to create 2 1/2 white Moogle creatures with lifelink. Moogles have been around since Final Fantasy was a thing.
Again, who comes up with these words?
They're bat fairies. I don't know what to tell you.
It was because that woman.
Word to your Moogles. All right, you have a 2/2 and a 1/2 that gives all of your other ones death touch. Is that right?
2/2. All zombies and skeletons I control get death touch in 1/1. So this guy's a 3/3,
Okay.
and this guy's a 2/2.
I'll hold for now.
Okay.
Pass to you.
Come on, land. Yeah. Tap 3 for Trailblazer, Zombie Trailblazer. Tap and untap zombie I control. Target land becomes a swamp till end of turn. Tap and untap zombie I control. Target creature gains swamp walk till end of turn.
Nice.
That's all I got. I'll say go.
This rolls to 2 for lore counters on my upkeep. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token that's a copy of a non-saga token you control. Very specific. Draw for turn.
Okay.
Heck yeah. All right. I'm going to do this first. Tap 4 for Core Cartographer. When Core Cartographer enters battlefield, you can search your library for a Plains card, put on the battlefield, tap, and shuffle your library. But because of Panharmonicon, I get 2. 1, 2. Alrighty then. I'm going to attack. I'm going to swing 4 in the air at you. Yes, 4 in the air with you with lifelink.
I don't have any flyers or reach, so I can't block.
Say go.
Okay, maybe, we're 3 turn orders behind a land drop.
You'd think I could capitalize on that more.
Brother, this is unreal.
Unless you
I
have
shuffled this so much last night.
You shuffled it too much is what I'm hearing.
I guess.
What's your life? 29? Yeah, you'd think I'd be more ahead with you that far behind on land.
Tap 3 for a Diregraph Colossus.
Woo.
When it enters the battlefield, I get a 1/1 for each zombie card in the graveyard. I don't have any. When you cast a zombie spell, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. So that tiger thing a one-off, or anytime I attack, you can always like destroy or
At
exile.
any time, I can choose. If you attack me, I can choose to reveal the player, and then I exile target creature that's attacked.
Just the one time.
Just once.
Okay.
If only there was a way to blink him so that I could do it over and over again.
Going into combat, and we're gonna get
married.
Okay, so I'm gonna swing a 3/3 with Death Touch.
Okay.
And a 2/2 with Death Touch.
I'll take 5. Right.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Untap on upkeep. This goes to. Oh, he has 4 lower counters. All right. Same thing as last turn. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token that's a copy of a non-saga token you control. Planes, automobiles. That's right. And then you can get in the zone. Auto zone. That's right. How many cards do you have in your hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Draw a card. You've got more. I have more creatures than you. It doesn't do me any good. All right.
I have 5 creatures on the field.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, actually, I have 6. We gotta get some movement here.
Okay. If I had 3 more mana, things would be a little more spicy.
Yeah, 3 more mana.
Yeah, I've missed 3 land drops, dude. I think turn order 6 right now.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, I'm going to swing everything except for my Moogle tokens at you.
Okay.
As I attack with Philia, my commander, I'm going to exile my core cartographer.
Okay.
So 4 in the air. Hold on. Yes. 4 in the air with lifelink, 2/2 on the ground, 3/3 on the ground.
Okay, I will block the 3/3 cat creature or the cat guy with this 3/3 Phyrexian Ghoul.
Okay,
and
so they trade.
Also assign this 3/3 Colossus at your commander.
So they don't trade, but the
They
other
have
one.
Death Touch.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your guys don't have first strike, so the 3/3 and the 3/3 kill each other. Is what I'm saying.
So you do nothing?
You assign blockers. I have no response.
No responses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In response to the no response,
Okay.
I'm going to sacrifice Zombie Trailblazer to Phyrexian Ghoul,
Okay.
giving him a 2/2 till end of turn, so he's now a 5/5.
Okay.
All right. Anything before damage?
Nope.
All right. So I take 4 in the air.
Yep. I gain 4.
Phyrexian Ghoul kills the tiger guy,
Stalking Leonin. Yep.
and then the Diagraph Colossus trades. Is a 3/3. What's your Corgi?
Philia is a 2/2.
All right, so the commander dies to the 3/3.
Okay. I'll send that to the graveyard.
Okay.
Okay. Second main. Tap 4 for Faith's Reward. Return all to the battlefield all permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Okay.
So Stalking Leonin, I'll secretly choose an opponent again. And and then I will pass. So
Okay.
when he ETBs, I secretly choose an opponent because Panharmonicon, would I choose 2 opponents if
Choose me twice.
that's no,
Hey!
I'm saying in a regular game, would I choose 2
How does
opponents to play?
Panharmonicon read?
If an artifact or creature in the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger it, that ability triggers an additional time.
And then how does the cat read when it enters the battlefield?
When it ETBs, secretly choose an opponent.
Then yeah, I would say it triggers twice.
That's wild. All
I
right,
would
sorry.
think that makes sense to me.
That makes sense to me. The math.
The maths. Okay, gonna tap 4/4 Arisen Executioner. It's a
Hooray.
zombie. I get a zombie creature token. All right, so now my zombies. This is going to be the buff counter thing. So now they all get a 2/2. So all my zombies get a +2/+2.
Okay.
Going to combat. Gonna swing Phyrexian Ghoul. Actually, I'll swing Vizier the Scorpion and Phyrexian Ghoul at you. So 4/4 and a 3/3.
I'll
With
chump
that
block.
touch.
I'll chump block the not Vizier one, the one that you can sack your zombies to. I will chump block with one of my lifelink Moogles. Yes.
Okay. What about the Vizier? Are you blocking
No announced blockers for him.
him? Okay. Damage?
My Moogle's a 1/2.
Okay. So the Moogle dies, and then you take 3 from the Vizier.
Okay.
Your go.
Okay. Untap, upkeep. Oh, on your end step, core cartographer comes back. I get 2 more planes on your end step, so they'll come in untapped. Well, they'll untap during my untap stuff. All right. During my upkeep, she goes to final stage. My Moogle gets a 1/1 counter. All right. And then my Corgi gets a 1/1 counter because she re-entered the battlefield under my control. Draw for turn. Play a planes.
This is supposed to be a quick game.
I know. I'm an idiot. I was just telling my wife that I played this wrong. I should have done this last turn because I'm an idiot. Tap 2, vanquish the horde, destroy all creatures.
Destroy all creatures,
Destroy all creatures.
to include your own.
Yes.
Okay.
Vanquish the horde. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right. I will pay 4, summon my commander, and then I will pay 4 again, and I will play Mikiko, going to Truth Seeker. Whenever a source an opponent controls does damage to me, that player sacrifices a permanent.
Question: how much did you pay for your Corgi?
4.
Shouldn't it be 6?
No.
It died twice so far,
No, I brought it back with face reward last time.
but
That's
it
only
still
the-
counts as a die, doesn't it?
No, I didn't send it to the command zone. I sent it to the graveyard. That's only the second time it's been to the command zone.
Oh, so the commander tax only counts if it goes to the command zone?
Correct. So every time you
Interesting.
summoned it from the
I
command.
learned something new today.
Yeah, I'm here for you, buddy.
Okay.
All right. Did you catch that? Truth Seeker, you have to sacrifice permanent if you do damage to me.
Okay.
All right, pass.
I almost said planes again.
You won't.
I know, right? I'm gonna tap 3 to play Underworld Connections, and then I'm gonna tap this and pay a life to draw a card,
Nice.
and I'll pass.
Untap. Upkeep. Raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play Angel of Indemnity. When Angel of Indemnity returns to the battlefield, return target permanent card with mana value 4 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. But because I have Panharmonicon, I get 2. So I'll do Core Cartographer and Stalking Leonin. I will secretly choose an opponent. I'll fetch 2 lands. White has never ramped like this before, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go into combat. I'm going to attack you with Philia and the Truth Seeker.
Okay.
And when I attack with Philia, I'm going to exile the Core Cartographer.
Okay. So how much damage total?
2 commander, 4 total.
All right. I'm at 6 commander. This is one of those D20s where the things don't follow, so it's hard to find.
Oh, it's not a roll up. All right, pass to you.
We'll do 3 for Read the Bones. You did not see that one. I'm gonna scry 2, then draw 2, and I'm gonna lose 2. All right, scry those to the bottom. We'll draw 2 cards. I'm gonna lose 2 life. We'll tap a Shawarma, cast
Shawarma.
Ghoul Caller's Chant. Choose
Okay.
1. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, or return 2 target zombie cards from your graveyard to your hand. I'm gonna bring back the Death Baron and Diagraph Colossus
Okay,
to my
it's a
hand.
wise choice.
I'm gonna tap Underworld Connections, pay a life, draw a card. Okay, your turn.
All right, on your end step, Core Cartographer re-enters. I get my planes, untap. Oh, and I get a 1/1 counter on Philia.
I have 7
Untap.
cards in hand.
7 in hand.
Yes.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a planes. I'm going to tap 4. I get my last card in my hand. I play Beza, the Bounding Spring. This is the one that does like 18 different things. So if you control more lands than me, I get a treasure token. I'm gonna go on a limb and say you don't have more lands than me.
No.
I gain life if you have more life than me. I have
No.
more life than you. If you had more creatures than me, I would get fish.
No.
And last but most importantly, if you have more cards in your hand than me, I get to draw a card. I have 0 cards.
Okay, so you draw a card.
All right, but because Panharmonicon, I draw 2.
Okay.
2 cards. All right. Okay. Going into combat, I'm going to attack with Philia. I'm actually going to swing the board at you.
Okay.
I'm gonna exile Beza, the Boundless Spring. As I do it, so Philia is 3, 2, 5, 10, 12, 15.
15?
Yes.
Hey, I get another turn.
Hey, you can turn this boat around. I pass.
Philia is a 3/3, right? So I go from
As of-
6 to 9.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, and I gained 5 life because of Angel Indemnity.
All right, so we'll tap
This is
2
weird, I'm not the Monarch
Shawarmas
right
for a Diagraph. Actually, 3 Shawarmas for Diagraph Colossus.
3 Shawarmas.
Tap another 3 Shawarmas for Death Baron. It's a zombie, so I'll get a zombie token. I'll tap this to pay a life to draw a card. There you go.
Okay. On your incept, I get Base of the Boundless Spring. How many cards do you have in your hand?
I have 7 again, I think.
Okay. I have 2, so I'm going to draw 2 cards.
6, sorry. 6 cards in hand.
Still draw 2 cards. Play a land. Tap it for a turn 10 Soul Ring.
Very nice.
It doesn't matter. Unless you have a response, I'm going to go into combat and I'm going to swing Angel of Indemnity in the air for 5.
I have no reach or flyers.
Okay,
That's
good game.
Rip City, rip.
I thought when I misplayed Vanquish of the Horde, I was just like, well, that's game, and I deserve to lose.
Yeah, I missed 3 land drops. That
Sucks,
really
dude.
hurts the curve.
I think that's why my 2 wins so far have been because you were mana screwed.
Yeah, it is.
You're not running
what
enough
it is.
lands. I'm gonna have you listen to a little show I found called Command Zone, and they'll hook you up. It's funny because you're the one that got me watching.
Well, sometimes
Hey, you
the
gotta let
cards
me win every
giveth,
now and
sometimes the cards taketh.
True. I just think it's weird that I went through my entire game there and I was never the Monarch. That's what's weird to me.
Hi, welcome to Military Grade Magic. This is my show. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, and I also don't know much about military, but I let nerds who know both run the show. Enjoy.
Wind is whistling through the trees. Blue water flows so wild and free. Red fire dances in the night. Green earth stands strong with all its might. Black night preparing the way for the dawn. Bring them all together and feel the full brawn. Heartbeats echo with the land. 5 colors united hand in hand. Calling heroes near and far, shining bright like every star. Captain Wolf, hear our cry. Save the world, don't let it die. Want the powers in your name. Together we can win the game. Captain Wolf, hear our cry. Save the world, don't let it die. Want the powers in your name. Together we can win the game.
Well, I guess this is so fitting. Today's episode, we are going to go over how the game actually functions, the phases, the steps. So when Raphael's technique, when they're talking about declaring blockers, unblocked creatures, when and where does that actually happen? Today, you're gonna learn some. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some. But I'm gonna introduce our guest today. I've known this fine gentleman for many a year. I think we agreed on a nickname, KB.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, welcome, KB, to
Thank
the
you.
Magic the Gathering. Military grade. I am the best podcast host of all time. I know what I'm going to say. I know our show's name.
Can you do the radio intro? Just start over and just do the radio intro. My wife didn't get to hear that.
She didn't get to
Last
hear it.
No.
Welcome to 108.5 MGM The Rock. Your host, Top, with the co-host, Cheese.
Oh yeah. Gotta
How's
get the
that?
clamps in there.
You made some faces.
Hi, welcome to Military Grade Magic. This is my show. I don't know anything about Magic the Gathering, and I also don't know much about military, but I let nerds who know both run the show. Enjoy.
You're gonna learn today.
Did we just get hacked? Who was
Yeah.
that? Was that the Russians? Did we just
They're
get?
on us.
Yeah, they're in. But yes,
We were-
we were
we were too
professionals.
elite.
I did see that Discord had a big hack recently, so that's
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Dang. Okay. So
So good jokes, but maybe not.
we just finished a game. Chief played his Corgi deck, and it's only fitting that he would win with the Corgi deck, in my opinion.
Orgo.
Yeah, and KB.
That's my highest win rate deck to date.
It's a pretty good one, built in kind of control for attacking, and then it's like you can benefit from it too. It's really good.
Yeah, anytime you can put Blink on a stick with your commander, you're gonna have a good time. And for a 2-mana drop for a white commander, a mono white commander, you can't beat that. So
Not at all. However, we invited KB in to watch. I remember kind of member Barry's time right quick. Being when we were just wee lads, knee high to a grasshopper, as an old coach of mine would say. Being in KB's room and him actually showing me, he's like, I have these cards. You tap these swamps, and I just remember the swamps. It's all I remember. It's like I took it to heart, right? And I think Shivan Dragon was in there. Do you still have those cards, KB?
No.
Oh my god.
I
That was
thought
from
about
like
this.
the 90s. Like we're talking probably alpha. You probably had alpha cards. You probably had a Black Lotus. You would be a millionaire right now.
It's true.
I didn't have any. The card that I remember that's stuck out to me is there was a swamp creature with like the whole face was a mouth, like the thing in Star Wars that eats Boba Fett.
Oh,
Sarlacc
it's
pit.
Nightmare,
you know
isn't
how
it?
that looks?
Nightmare.
I don't
Something
know.
Nightmare.
I don't know the name of it. And I remember when I was in college, was working at Home Depot, of all places, and there was a guy there, and he played Magic, and I hadn't played at that point for 10 years. And so I was like, well, I mean, I have all these like old cards, like I don't do anything with them. Do you want them? He's like, well, they're probably all illegal now, and so they're probably really not good for anything.
Watch you have
Yeah,
had some
maybe they
dual
were,
lands in there. Those things are worth hundreds of dollars now.
yeah, just gave away a bunch of shock lands.
Fun fact: my neighbor, he's listening to the podcast, and he
Not by choice. It's because we have the volume cranked up so loud.
he actually has a taiga. He hadn't played since the 90s, and he showed me, he's like, yeah, I have this card, and I'm like, that's worth hundreds of dollars, my man.
Dang.
It's crazy, like things you keep in your closet, and then you find out they're worth so much money.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I gave this guy like a freezer bag full of very old Magic the Gathering cards. I couldn't tell you what was in it though.
It's like the guy who threw away that USB stick in the UK that had all that Bitcoin on it.
No, don't say that.
That story can't be true. Not to go off on tangents, but wasn't it like 1,000 Bitcoin on that thing?
All
Well,
know
I mean,
is
that's the
he-
thing.
he's
If you
like-
lost it, you can say there was a bazillion. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
it doesn't
true.
really matter. Yeah.
Well, supposedly there's this like, now it's probably a myth. There's a trash bag in the landfill in the UK that's worth like 10, 12 million dollars. Any
All right.
yeah, I've heard that.
any hoozle. So this is a excellent episode for the new folks to listen to regarding, I mean, just how do I play this game? I see all these cards. They look so cool. When do I play them? When can I play them? How do I play them?
So, Chief, I'll let you start off with the beginning phase. We have untap, upkeep, draw. What can you tell us about the beginning phase of the game?
Well, as always, as if you listen to Check on Learning, the 3.5 episode, I'll direct you to our song, our first song that we released. Untap, upkeep, draw is the beginning phase, first 3 steps of every turn. It's not politely shake the hand of all your opponents, as my wife guessed. So untap. So even no matter what happens, unless your cards say this does not untap at the beginning of your untap step, or you can do anything else, you untap all of your cards that are on the field. This includes your lands, everything else. Your upkeep, that is the tricky part, and that's where you need to make sure that you're keeping a mental list track in your head of all of the triggers that you're going to get on the beginning of your turn. I'm trying to think of some from this last game. I didn't have a lot. I had mostly ETBs. I didn't really have any upkeep triggers, but
Pyrexing Arena, I would say, is one of the more prevalent ones at the beginning of
Pyrexing
upkeep.
Arena, beginning of your turn, you lose 1 life. You draw a card. The 1 ring at the beginning of your upkeep. However many burden counters are on the 1 ring, you lose that much life. It's just all of the things that you accumulate throughout the game. Just about every deck's got some kind of upkeep something or another. But anyway, you need to double check your cards to make sure you don't have any upkeep triggers. And then you draw your cards. So there is an in-between space there during your upkeep and draw. You can, because your mana is untapped, you can get away with some instants in there on an upkeep trigger. If you wanted to, you could respond to one of your upkeep triggers and play something. It's not a very common move, but it is something you can do when you start getting a little bit more advanced. Trying to think of an example.
I got one. Say,
I was going to say your braids trigger from last turn if you wanted to trick yourself into drawing a card, because you don't get to draw before you play braids. Say you had an empty hand, but you had a Temple Bell on the field. You could tap Temple Bell in response to your braids trigger, draw a card so that you would get to play something off braids. That's my example. I don't know if you got a better one.
Another one would be, say, you're at 1 life, right? And your boy here has Underworld Dreams on the field, so every time you draw a card, you lose a life. So you know you're going to die at your draw step. But say the Crazy Rakdos player, is also at 1 life, to where the next card I draw, I die. Say there's some type of effect out there. Whenever someone draws a card, they take a life. And say is it Sundial of the Infinite, where you tap it and you end your turn?
Infinite ends the turn.
Yeah. So what you can do before you move to your draw step, tap Sundial of the Infinite to end your turn, and you go immediately to your end step, and you skip your draw.
You don't even get an end step. You
go right to cleanup, right?
Yeah. There's no end step when you play Sundial of the Infinite. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing you can do.
That's a way to cheat, quote unquote, not losing on your upkeep. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot, if you've not noticed, especially if you're playing with Rakdos or Black, those kind of colors, a lot of those upkeep triggers actually hurt you just as much as they help you. So something to keep in mind. That pretty much, and like I said, the draw step is the last thing. And once the draw is complete, then you start moving into your pre-combat main phase, and I'll let you handle that.
I found a fantastic breakdown of the phases and steps, and kind of even what goes within those phases. So I'm just going to read through it right quick. So beginning phase, we covered there's an untap, an upkeep, and a draw step of that phase. So in the untap step, at the beginning of turn or at the beginning of untap step, triggered abilities trigger at this time, but they do not go on the stack until the beginning of the beginning of the upkeep step. Does that make sense? So it's not until you get to the upkeep that your untap triggers actually go onto the stack. Phasing happens so to Fairy's protection, right? Your guys will phase in at your untap step. And current player untaps all of his permanents. Then goes into upkeep. This happens at the beginning of turn, at the beginning of untap step, and at the beginning of upkeep triggers. Those all enter the stack. And I think this would be a good time to talk about the stack. Because as a new player, I remember being in arguments with Moose about this. Like, how does this stack work? If Gutter Snipe triggers, but you kill Gutter Snipe, does the creature's dead, so how can I take 2 damage, right? So KB, if you think about it, the stack is like a stack of pancakes. You keep layering things on top, whether it be triggers, whether it be spells, instants, what have you. And then it is, I think I'm saying this right, Chief, last in, first out. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Last in, first out.
Last in,
Correct.
first out. So
So you eat from the top of the pancake.
yeah, so
Okay.
say I play a spell, and in response, you do something. I'm going to repeat that again. Say I play a spell, KB, in response, you do something. Your something resolves first, like a counter spell. So my spell doesn't resolve. So that's the stack in kind of a nutshell. Also in upkeep, the current player gets priority to play instants and activate abilities. So in all of these steps, priority matters in turn order. So you can only technically do something if you have priority. And you only get priority when the active player passes the priority. So a good example is I cast my spell. I can maintain priority and keep adding to the stack. And no one can respond to that till I pass priority and say, KB, you're next in the priority or the turn order. So you would get priority next. Then you can add. And then Chief, you're after KB. Once he's done, then Chief can respond. And then again, last in, first out, going down. And the thing it took me a while to wrap my head around. There is another priority check for everyone after each layer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Each piece of the stack resolves. So Chief, if you play something that's like a third thing on top, once yours resolves, I can then respond before the second thing resolves. Does that make sense to everyone?
But I want to caveat off this stack here for a minute, because a lot of people get this wrong, and I want to make sure that we hammer this down, because the stack is such a complicated thing. And I'd mentioned people talking. I need to go back over some of our games and kind of talk about how some things were misplayed and how things could be played better. One of the things, it was, I believe, in the Mardu game, I wiped the board and I asked everybody if they had a response. And then nobody had a response. And then I sacked all of my creatures to Phyrexian Altar. And you can't do that.
Correct.
And the reason being is because once I pass priority, if nobody responds, the spell resolves. How it's supposed to be played is I cast Vanquish the Horde, I maintain priority, I sacrifice all my creatures to Phyrexian Altar, and then I release priority. It goes around the board. Everyone has an opportunity to respond. They can or they can't. And the reason being is I can't cast Vanquish the Horde. Somebody counters it, right? And then it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to sacrifice my creatures, right? Because you countered my Vanquish the Horde. Whereas I'm trying to get value off both things happening. You can't do that. So once you release priority, if nothing happens, if the table passes, right, and there's just one spell on the stack, that's it.
No take backsies.
The spell resolves. But as you said, so let's say we're 3 stacks deep, right? There's 3 spells on the stack, right? If the whole table goes around and we pass, right? And the spell resolves. Nobody can respond again. Nobody can change their mind once priority's been passed.
Mm-hmm.
Once the first spell resolves, there's another opportunity, as you stated. But most of the time, you would have I'm gonna say most of the time you probably would have responded the first time. There is an opportunity to. We usually go pretty fast on the second round, so you kind of got to wave your hand to stop us if you're gonna do something on the second go round. But yes, you're absolutely right. And then all the way back down. Does that make sense? That's a very high level. I've been playing this game for 10 years and it's still confusing to me. Does that make sense, KB?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it makes sense in the sense that you want to go last, but you also have to consider, so not like you want priority, but you also have to consider that you want to go last. But it's designed so that you can't just like nuke everything with no response.
There are, well, oh my god, I don't know how far in the weeds I want to go with this.
No.
There's a handful of cards printed with split second that prevents anything from being put on the stack. But those,
Correct.
I don't even know if they're used really much anymore.
I have a
honestly.
few. Croson's Grip is one.
Yep.
That's pretty popular. And you can actually use that to cheat to make sure that your spells can't be fiddled with on the stack.
Sudden Spoiling, that's the one I use. It's the black spell where a creature becomes a 1/1, loses all abilities till end of turn, kind of a thing.
There you go.
I have that in my Ghoul Caller one. But I wanted to kind of go over the stack briefly for when we read through this. At least you have like a grasp. A stack is players casting spells when they have priority and nothing resolving until all priorities have been passed. And then the first spell comes off. And then the game would do another check starting with the active player first. Active player being whose turn it is. They always get priority first, obviously on their turn when priorities start. Now we're at the draw bit. Current player draws a card. This special action does not use the stack, so you can't respond to someone drawing a card. At the beginning of draw step, abilities trigger. Current player gets priority to play instants and activated abilities, and then finally at the end, mana pool empties. So mana pool, so when you tap a land for mana, KB, that mana doesn't use the stack. You can't respond to someone using a mana ability. And that mana goes into, obviously, a mana pool. If you don't use that mana before the end of the step or the phase, it goes away. So I can't tap all my mana on my draw step and have mana on my main phase. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you want to be cognizant of using the right amount of mana for the right thing. I've never really seen an issue with that, Chief. Have you?
So one of the big things, not an issue, but something to keep in mind, like with my combat tricks I was trying to do with my Mardu deck, I wanted my creatures to die so that I could bring them back to the battlefield and get their ETB effect. I'd sack them to Phyrexian Arena, but I didn't have anything to play with them. Does that make sense? So like, but if, and I looked up the ruling on this later, I could have waited, gone to combat, attacked you with those creatures, sacked them, and we'll get into combat here in a minute. But like, if I had waited to sack them until I'd gone into the combat phase, I would have been able to use that mana. So using the usual tapping of mana, not so much. It's when you start getting into your combat tricks is where you have to be very careful about when you tap your mana to do certain things. Another thing is when you start getting like your braid stack where your lands are tapping for multiple, if you're tapping your one island for 3 like last game, that mana will go away too, even if you don't spend it. So it's one of those things. Just be very cognizant of when you're going through your order of your turn. Yeah, I think that's pretty much.
So check
There
on.
are cards. Sorry, there are cards that say mana does not go away at the end of turns and phases, though.
Yeah.
So if that is something you're worried about, you can build around that.
There's very few cards that actually say that I've found. And mana burn's no longer a thing. I'm not even going to get into that. But anyway.
Bring mana burn back. No.
Make mana burn great again.
Yeah, no, Electro, one of the Spider-Man villains from this last set, when he dies, however much mana is sitting in your mana pool is how much damage is dealt to all of your opponents. And he's a new one that, mana doesn't go away at the end of your turn. So he's just this giant bomb. You're just tapping all of your mana at the beginning of your turn, and it's just like, swing at me, I fucking dare you.
I think there's a card called, is it Mana Braids or Braids of Fire or Mana of Fire? It's a cumulative thing. It's a red enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a counter on this enchantment. You get 1 red mana equal to the number of counters on it. So like if you get that up to like 10, you don't lose any of that with that guy. That'd be pretty nutty.
That's nice.
Okay. So, KB, beginning phase, what are the steps?
Oh no. You didn't tell me there was going to be a quiz. I was taking notes. Well, I mean, I know from experience, not Magic experience, but other card experience. We have untap.
Yep.
We have draw, which is later.
Yep.
I forget there was a third one in there.
Upkeep.
Upkeep.
Yep.
Okay.
This think of our song.
Sorry, when you say you have other card experience, what games do you play? Or I'm just curious. Sorry.
Well, we played Warlord. I don't. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what it is. Oh,
Yeah. You had me play on the move. Yeah.
Yeah, Warlord is.
I was so
a lot
lost
of fun,
in the
but...
sauce. Yeah. I was just curious. Yeah. Cool.
I don't even remember the rules of that game. I still have all my decks built, by the way. I was looking at them the other day.
Yeah.
My D&D character on MOB was named after my very first Warlord deck, Uthnak. Shout out to my Nothrog players out there. Orcs in Warlord are called Nothrogs. They're not called orcs. Fun facts.
Because the licensing wasn't available.
Probably.
Yet.
Tolkien has the corner on that market,
It's free now. Anyone can use the term orcs now. Orcs and Hobbit are public domain now.
Really?
Fun fact. You can write a novel about hobbits and you will not get sued.
Interesting. Well, I guess
that's why D&D was able to switch it over from halflings to hobbits. I think it was like 1 year ago.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. All right. So we've gone through beginning phase. Now we're going to our first main phase, or some say the pre-combat main phase. So at the beginning of main phase, triggered abilities happen. The current player gets priority to play instants and activate abilities. They can also play sorceries. Sorceries can only be cast during the main phase, and if it is your turn, unless there are certain things that will allow you to cheat that. But until then, just think, if it says sorcery, you can only play that during a main phase, and it can only be played as the first card in a stack. So if I cast a sorcery, it goes to KB, he goes to counter, then it goes to Chief, he passes, the counter resolves, or maybe I'm saying this wrong. I can't add a sorcery onto the stack. It can only start a stack. That's the best way of saying it. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
so there's no like reacts. I think Warlord had
Yeah,
reacts.
react was
where-
like the
Yeah, yeah.
instant
Mhm.
of yeah. You can't react. You can't respond to anything with a sorcery unless you have something that allows you to do so. When the stack is empty, the current player may play lands, creatures, and sorceries. Yeah, there it goes. So you can only play a land, a creature, or a sorcery when the stack is empty. There it is. I should just read and stop going off the top of my head, probably confusing everyone.
He's trying to go off memory.
Yeah. And then finally, when you go to leave the main phase, your mana pool empties. That's the last thing that happens. Another thing, if you don't do anything and no one else does anything, it goes right into combat. You don't get to go, oh, oops, I want to do something. So take your time, know what you're going to do. I think this was my first top soapbox, wasn't it? Know your deck.
Know your deck.
Pay attention to the game. Pay attention to the turn order. You should have a pretty good set stone idea what you're going to play in the order you're going to play it when it gets to you. That's just being a good.
It'll make your decks run smoother.
Mhm.
The gameplay will go smoother, and there's nothing. I'm not gonna say more annoying, because if you're a new player, it's it's whatever. But like
Mhm.
if you've been playing for a while and I have to keep correcting you and be like, no, your deck actually does this. It's gonna make the game go longer. And I might stop telling you all of your triggers. So there's that.
Yeah.
If you're a new guy, I'll give you one or two. But gotta help me help you, right?
We gotta cut the apron strings eventually.
So to back brief here, just a little bit. You can only play lands, creatures, and sorceries during your main phase. You can only play one land per turn unless there is an effect that states otherwise. All right, KB, what are your questions regarding main phase? Anything?
Yeah. So you were saying mana. You
Mhm.
only can play it, or land rather. You can
Mhm.
only play land once per main phase. So if you get behind in land, even if you end up drawing a lot of land, you're in a bad place, like you were in your game.
Yeah. So the best
So-
way to say it is you can play one land per turn.
One land per turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if he had a some kind of combat trick where he draws a card during his combat step and he managed to draw a land, he can play it on his second main phase if he hadn't played one during his first. But you can only play one per turn, and you can only play them during your main phase.
Okay.
One thing that I need to get better at is on my first main phase, if I have nothing that is going to contribute to the combat, is it best to save mana until is it best to save like casting your creature or casting a sorcery that's not going to affect combat or how combat's going to play out? Is it best to save that for your second main phase and to leave open mana up for your opponents to be like, okay, he's going into combat, or she is going into combat with all mana untapped? What are your thoughts on that?
To me, you're talking to me.
Yeah, Chief.
Yeah. So again, it all depends on your deck, right? So like my Corgi deck, right? I need things on the battlefield to blink with Philia, or kind of a mute point. Her, blinking your stuff is a nice side effect. That's not what I want to do. I want to blink my stuff. So to answer your question, yes, it's whatever's better for your deck. I want a bunch of stuff on my board that I can blink and give myself some variety. I think the most expensive thing in the Corgi deck is a 5, maybe 1/6 drop. Most of my cards are 2 to 3 mana, so it's not really a big deal. I'll just save back a little bit. If I saved back half my mana pool, I could have played, half the things in my deck. So it really just depends on what you're wanting to do. You're absolutely right, though, especially for like if you're running like a red deck or like a blue deck, something that's got a lot more instants or sorceries. If you're wanting to bluff and say, "Oh, I've got a combat trick in my hand," saving up a bunch of mana is probably the right play. I would say, but yeah, I would say it's more of a pro player move, and I'm definitely guilty of it. A lot of skipping my second main phase altogether and only playing on my initial step there.
Okay. All right. Quick check on learning again, KB.
Oh,
Oh no,
When
I didn't learn.
Okay. So, and let's just say it's just regular rules. There's nothing on the field that says otherwise. When can you play creatures, lands, and sorceries?
Oh well, that's actually a bit of a trick question because you did say uh that you can play. No, actually, you said all of these you could. So you can play all of these prior to the main phase. If the what did you call it? The block? What did you call the thing that starts with the sorcery can only start?
Oh, the stack?
The stack.
Uh-huh.
You said you can play it if the stack is empty.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the stack has
Prior
to be
to main
empty.
phase.
All right.
Stack has to be empty. And I think you said you can play it prior to main phase, but you can play all of those in the main phase as well.
Okay. Close. So lands, creatures, and sorceries can only be played when the stack is empty and only during a main phase unless there's something that states otherwise.
Right. Okay.
So, and that, just for everyone out there, that thing is flash. If there's something that gives all your cards flash, like Vidalcan's Orrery, that makes all of your cards instant. However, you can't play lands at instant speed. Am I correct on that, Chief?
that is absolutely correct.
Yeah. So you can only play lands on
If
your
my
main
land
phase.
flash,
I
I
don't
would love it.
Land flash. Let's make a thing.
That would be broken as fuck. If I could play lands on every player's turn,
Yeah.
that would be a landfall's
Yeah.
like wet dream. Oh my gosh, it'd be so good.
And
All
what
right, are
is-
we ready to
what
move
is
on to
Flash?
combat?
Say again.
Flash, it gives all of your
What is-
spells instant speed.
Yeah.
You can play anything at the speed as anytime you want.
So
At that moment.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can only add to the stack instants and activated or triggered abilities. So if a card says it's an instant, I play a sorcery. Usually your counter spells are instant spells, meaning you can add them onto the stack. Does that make sense? If your counter spell was a sorcery, it would kind of be a moot thing. Like, why would you have a sorcery counter spell? But I can't play Read the Bones in response to you playing a creature. Read the Bones is a sorcery that allows me to scry 2, draw 2, lose 2. So, and when we talk about activated, triggered, or tap abilities, you can like if a creature says tap it, do X, I can do that in response to you casting a spell. So, for example, Chief
Creature doesn't have domain sickness.
Yeah. So if Chief goes to play a creature that says when this creature enters the battlefield, or Chief goes to play a creature, he already has a creature on the battlefield, says whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield, X happens. While that creature spell is on the stack, I can tap a creature that says when you tap this creature, destroy target creature. I can destroy that creature that would trigger in response to his creature entering. That probably makes no sense to people out there listening. I wish I could draw this out. It'd be like John fucking Madden up here. Boom! Wham! You notice? That would be so fun. But does that make sense, KB?
Effectively, you're
I mean-
blowing up the creature that gives me the ability before the summoned creature comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right, like as it's appearing on the battlefield, it just disintegrates instead.
Yeah. So before your creature enters the battlefield, the creature that would have triggered off of that is dead. So it doesn't see the enter the battlefield, thusly you don't get the effect. That is how you can use the stack to your advantage as a player.
Okay.
It's true.
Man, I remember
We're 45 minutes in, and we're only to combat.
All right. Well, the good thing is second main phase is the same as first main phase, right?
That's true.
So
That's true.
before we move into combat, Chief, our ad read for today.
Oh, okay, good. I'm excited.
So tonight's episode is proudly and confusingly sponsored by Military Grades Magic's newest product, MTG Pubs. Tired of playing Magic the Gathering and realizing you need a law degree, 3 technical manuals, and divine revelation to understand how the stack, replacement effects, and state-based actions work? Introducing MTG Pubs, the only online database where you lose hours of your life searching for one rule that doesn't actually apply to your situation. Modeled after a Doge-approved government website, MTG Pubs combines the soul-crushing user interface of an unindexed 1987 PDF archive with the thrilling ambiguity of an online Magic rules forum. Whether you're a novice planeswalker or a seasoned Christopher Walken, MTG Pubs ensures you will never find what you are looking for, but you will definitely download the wrong thing twice. Need to know how Trample interacts with indestructible creatures during a fog effect cast at instant speed? MTG Pubs has you covered. With over 400 cross-references, 12 conflicting answers, and 1C Appendix D subsection 9 Bravo that leads nowhere. With MTG Pubs, you can spend hours trying to understand whether your creature technically dies, phases out, or just takes a long nap in the exile zone. Our search bar doesn't work. Our hyperlinks are decorative, and our frequently asked questions were last updated during the Meridian block. MTG Pubs, because clarity is for the weak, and the rules should feel like a dungeon crawl without an exit. Remember, if you understood the first time, you probably did it wrong. End ad read.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Those who know.
They
MTG
do.
Pubs.
They do. They really do.
Highly relevant.
Oh, man. I love it. That's all I've ever wanted.
So, KB, you've listened to all of our episodes pretty much so far.
Even the 3.5, episode 3.5.
What is this even business?
I mean, that was how it was stated when it was in the episode. It was stated as like a lesser than, which I enjoyed.
All right.
I
Well,
also
thank
was
you.
quite frustrated because I was like, I feel like as a nerd and a man who knows history, I should have been able to answer more of those questions. So
Oh, no.
I feel for your wife.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. No, so we were looking at the YouTube analytics the other day, and she was just like, "Why is this your lowest viewed video?" And she's like, "Why do people not like me?" I was like, "I guarantee you people are like all the 0.5, and they were just like, oh, I don't need to watch that. That's fine."
My wife's like, we're not doing that. Nope.
Well,
She's
that
like,
tells
how
me
does
that
your
you
wife
didn't-
know all this? She thought your wife was the smartest person ever.
Oh, wow. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell her you said that, and
Yeah.
I'll make her day.
Oh my.
Perfect.
But yeah, if you were to invest in one right now, KB, what have we got so far? We got
Grenade
FU Buds,
energy.
Grenade
Well,
Energy.
it's the two surviving right now.
Oh.
It's always the so
Okay.
it's grenade energy versus your military grade pubs.
Well, Now, I'm going to be a very biased user because as an aging man, the thought of having explosive amounts of energy just does not settle with me.
It gives you heartburn thinking about it.
Yeah. That's
Think of the
that's me
troops.
up at 2 a.m. Like cursing myself for making poor choices earlier in the day.
Is the world shaking or is it me?
My hands are sweaty. I have a headache at this point. It's just so I as a biased user, I have to take and I don't know magic, so
All right.
being lost on the internet sounds. Of course, is going to be up at 2 a.m. as well, but
Yeah.
at least I'm learning.
By the way, the MTG pubs, half the time the site's down for maintenance.
Perfect.
Probably should have put that out there before we get this.
Great. Well, now I've chosen the broken one, so that's.
It's a government website.
there
What
is
did
gonna
you
be-
expect?
There's going to be great wailing and gnashing of teeth when the internet hears that Grenade Energy lost all of its sponsorships. Real bummer. It's all right.
goodness.
Top needed to win. We'll
I
call it
did.
even.
I was over. All right. Okay, going back. We are in the combat phase.
Mind if I
Go.
take a crack at this?
Go for it.
I'm going to be using, for those of you following along at home, I think the perfect example of how to follow along the combat steps is to use Terra Herald of Hope. That's my Mardu commander from the other night that we played. So if you want to pull up Terra Herald of Hope and look at her, I'll have her on the screen on YouTube, XYZ, but she is perfect for tracking the combat phases. A lot of people think combat is literally like 2 or 3 steps, but it's actually 6 steps. So let's follow along. So, beginning of combat. Terra Herald of Hope actually has a beginning of combat trigger. She gains flying and you mill 2 cards. Cool. That doesn't always happen. There's not a lot of beginning of combat abilities, but anytime there could be abilities, you also have the opportunity to cast instants. So you have the ability to cast instants. Combat starts. You can do your effects, XYZ. Still can't do sorcery spells, as we mentioned earlier, but so combat begins. That's step 1. Step 2
Okay,
is the
and question on that.
Yes.
You said mill. Is mill to the
You
bottom
take
of the
the
deck,
two.
or is it
You
graveyard?
take the top 2 cards off your deck and put them directly into your graveyard.
Oh, okay.
You oohed and owed like that was a bad thing, but it's a great thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it depends on your deck. But
Oh sure,
they're
yeah,
gone.
yeah, yeah.
They're
If
gone.
I'm milling you and you're losing cards off the top of your deck, it's a bad time. If you're milling yourself and the world's going right, it's a great thing.
That's true.
The better, yeah, you'll see as you go along. All right, so that's beginning of combat, and that happens. You can quote unquote skip your combat step. The beginning of combat happens regardless. You will always go into your combat step. So, like, let's say I'm skipping. Let's say I play Terra Herald of Hope, turn 3. Even if I can't attack, she has summoning sickness. Combat still happens. I still get my beginning of combat trigger. She'll still activate. I'll still mill 2 cards. I can't attack because she has summoning sickness, and we'll move on. But just keep in mind, beginning of combat happens regardless if you're skipping your combat step or not. Okay. Step 2 is declare attackers. So, declare attackers. If it's your turn, select which creatures you want to attack with. So, this is very important. A lot of new players, especially Yu-Gi-Oh players, are the worst about this. They have such a hard time wrapping their brains around this. You are not attacking. I am not attacking top's creatures. I'm attacking top. Right? Every time. It doesn't matter if he's got 1 creature or 100 creatures. I am always attacking top, doing damage to top. He decides whether or not he wants to block with his creatures or not. So, before any of that happens, and I can't, and the other thing is a lot of people want to attack one now, and then if they find out that they're going to block that creature with this creature, then okay, well then I'll attack with these other ones, and that's not how it works. You have to announce all of your attackers first. Full stop. So once you've assigned your attackers, you pass priority, just like if you'd cast a spell, right? It goes around the table. The blocker, the opponent the opponent who is being attacked, they have the opportunity to announce blockers, or they have the opportunity to. Ugh. Goes around the table. Everyone has an opportunity to do something. If they don't, then we go to the next step, which is declare blockers. So the opponent will announce. So top will announce, okay, you're attacking me with 3 creatures. I'm going to block with these 2 and take the 1 damage from the other, right? Same thing. We go around the table. Does anyone have a response? Does anyone want to do anything? Okay. This is when things get a little freaky. So there's 2 abilities known as first strike and double strike. So first strike damage is I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. You're just cutting really fast. That makes
Only
sense.
creatures with first strike or double strike will deal damage in the first strike combat damage step.
Correct. So if you have double strike, you'll do damage during the first strike damage and the regular damage portion. If you have double strike and first strike on a creature somehow, doesn't matter. It's like trample. It's just, you only do damage during the first strike damage portion and then damage again. So once more, we start combat. We get into combat. We declare attackers. We declare blockers. Now damage starts to happen, right? And damage is done all at the same time. So if 2 creatures with first strike block each other, they hit each other at the exact same time. There's no order of who does damage at what time. If we're both attacking during the same step, or attacks and blocks happening in the same step, damage happens all at once.
Quick thing.
Yes.
So, if there is a first strike combat damage step, priority passes around before we go into regular damage step.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So this is where I want to pause. So first strike damage and damage, the effects are the same. So I'm going to go over them at the same time. Back to Terra here. Whenever Terra deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2. When you do, return target creature card with power 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So, let's just say I gave Terra double strike. I have spells in my Mardu deck to give her double strike, right? And I have 4 open mana. If I do damage with her during the first strike round of double strike, I can pay 2 and bring a creature back from the graveyard then. Then on regular damage, I can do it again. If she is not blocked and I do damage to you, I can pay 2 and do it again. Does that make sense? It's on the damage. That's why it's its own step here. It's because things happen, and I can make. We were talking about ninjutsu earlier, right? When blockers are not declared, that's when you do your combat tricks and you can switch things out. Or if you're a green player, I don't have blocks, but I'm going to cast my fog now that you've announced all of your attackers, right? Or my my moon mist, right? Prevent all damage from non-werewolves. Things like that. This is the time, the step between declare blockers and damage is when you would do your usual combat tricks. But your damage effects happen here during these 2 steps, first strike damage and damage. And then we go to the end of combat, your cleanup step, whatever you want to call it for combat. Technically, combat is ending, but if you've got some tricky spells like reconnaissance, right, you can effectively give your creatures vigilance. You can untap all of your creatures right there at the end of combat. I'm trying to think of some other combat tricks like that, but Sundial the Infinite in my Gyrus deck. I can end the turn here so that nothing else happens. So I don't have to sacrifice my stuff. All kinds of fun stuff. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know if you got another one there, Top. You can obviously...
I really can't. I only use reconnaissance. I'm just going to be fair.
That's the only combat trick you have?
Well, for end of combat step.
Okay.
I mean, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say the other one you can do is right here. If you've got your multiple combat tricks is another one that I have a lot of in my red decks. You know, untap all your creatures and go back into combat. You can play those here.
Phyrexian Ghoul, right? I sacrifice a creature to it. I pump it by 2. If you declare no blockers, after you declare no blockers, I pump him to 10, throw down Toxic Strike, give him Infect, game over.
That's why I chump blocked you with my Moogle, because I was like, I don't trust you.
Fun fact regarding
Strike, by the way,
the declare attackers step. If no attackers are declared, you skip directly to end of combat. You go over declare blockers and declare damage step. Fun facts. So combat, KB, clear as mud.
Yeah, I mean, games follow kind of all the same pattern. It's just learning the intricacies, the uniqueness of a specific one. So
the hardest thing that it took us to learn is when you can actually do something in the turn order. I remember Moose one time, like I think Chief, you were playing some instant base thing, and at the end of your main phase, everyone, like, say you pass your like, say, all right, I'm moving to combat. Just saying you're moving into combat doesn't put you into combat. Everyone has to pass priority in order to move into combat. So I'll say, hey, I'm moving into combat in your responses, right? I remember Moose one time just like, I'm moving to combat, Chief, I attack you. Because he didn't want you to respond to anything. And, like, we didn't know. We was like, how? Yeah. We didn't know any better. We're like, okay, that's how you get around it. You speak really fast and you do it when no one's paying attention and you can't respond to it. Like, we were so naive.
Yeah, he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So speaking of not here to defend himself, can I have a minute?
Oh,
just a minute.
Go for it.
Hey Moose, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you notice that white deck, no panharmonic or no myriad landscape, fucking ramped like a champ. Ramped like a champ.
Oh man, we need to make a T-shirt out of that. Suffer not a myriad landscape to live.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that was so much mana. I was like, this is stupid. This is stupid.
I was pretty jelly. All right, so a quick back brief. So, KB, if a creature has first strike, they will only deal their full damage during the first strike step. When it goes into regular combat damage step, they won't deal damage again. That's only for double strike.
Can you defend with a first strike against a non-first strike?
Yeah.
So it can kill the thing that's attacking before it even... Okay.
Got enough power over toughness, yes.
Yes. Yeah, if your blocker has first strike, it will create a first strike damage step, and your blocker will hit first.
If you have first strike and death touch, it's over, son.
Yeah. Just one poke and they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look here. So on declare blockers, blockers are declared before any triggered abilities or before turn order player has priority. Just so everyone has is aware of that.
And that's why you can block, right? I can announce block. Let's say I block with my Lana War Elf. I can then tap my Lana War Elf for mana before damage is dealt. I have an opportunity to respond and do combat tricks with tapped abilities as well. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Any burning questions, KB, regarding combat phase?
No burning questions. I'm asking the burning questions when they pop up because I can't I can't like sit and think about it.
Yeah.
I have to like nail
This-
it down, and then I'm good to move on.
Let's just I think we said it like one of the first couple episodes, Chief. If you think you're good at this game, you're probably not good at this game.
You're probably not.
You're doing something.
It's
wrong,
like
for sure.
MTG Pub's slogan: if you think you done it right, you probably did it wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so we move into second main phase, or some people call it post-combat main phase. It works exactly like first main phase or pre-combat main phase. At this time, the turn order player can play a land if they haven't yet. They can play creatures. They can play sorceries. Going into in phase, excuse me. For in phase, the first step is called end of turn step. At this time, first thing that happens until end of turn effects do not end at this point. They end at the cleanup step. Interesting. At end of turn, triggered abilities trigger at end of turn step. Current player gets priority to play instants and abilities at this time. And then once priority has passed, we move into the cleanup step. Current player discards down to maximum hand size, 7, unless there is a card out there that changes that. Simultaneously remove all damage from permanents. Okay, this is good to touch on here. So during combat, say I have a 1/1 that's attacking. Chief, you block with the 2/2. Your creature has a toughness of 1 until this specific step of the turn order. So on my second main phase, if I have a pinger that says deal 1 damage to target permanent, I can deal 1 damage to that creature that has 1 remaining toughness and kill it.
That is correct.
All right, so simultaneously remove all damage from permanents and end all end of turn effects until end of turn effects. So that's when this happens during the cleanup step. It's after you discard your hand. So then the game checks for state-based effects, what those are. That's way above my pay grade. Any triggered abilities that have triggered since the beginning of the cleanup step are placed on the stack. If any state-based effects were resolved or if any triggered abilities are put on the stack, then the current player gets priority. So priority passes again. Obviously, a stack happens, priority happens. You can add to the mana pool at this time. So obviously, the very last thing before you move phases is your mana pool empties. Okay, that is 1 complete turn of Magic the Gathering.
We did like 10 of those just not that long ago.
Yeah. So a lot of these things are kind of implied and unspoken, and it's kind of on the onus of your opponent to jump in and say, hey, before you move to this, hey, before this resolves, I want to do this. I think that's kind of the etiquette when you say Chief. We don't be like, okay, I'm moving to my end step, and then I'm like, I get priority, you get priority, you get priority. It's just, that will kind of slow the game down. The active player just plays. Sometimes I'll ask, hey, anything before I go to combat, anything before I go to main phase. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
you
and
can't
that's
sprint
why.
through it, but
Go ahead.
Yeah.
you can't sprint through it, but you you don't want to just like ask everything every time, because that would take forever.
It would.
And that's why I asked, hey, to go back to the Mardu game, right? When I cast Vanquish the Horde, and I was like, does anyone have anything they'd like to do? I should have been playing well enough. I should have been like, hey, holding priority, I'm doing this now. Does anyone want to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you should do it. But like you said, you can't keep track of all my triggers. You got to keep track of your own. So in this last game, it was like, hey, by the way, on your end step, this creature re-enters the battlefield. These things happen. XYZ. Know your deck so that we can move on.
Man, I still miss so many triggers. You know.
I do too, for sure, and that's why there's like you said with Ristic Study, like sometimes you just want to take it out of your deck just because, like, to let your brain take a break, so I don't have to keep asking people if they're gonna pay the one. You know what I mean? One less thing for me to worry about.
Yeah. All right. Well,
you have a top soapbox for us today?
Shoot. I just want to reiterate just the etiquette of playing. If you're going to be playing Magic, be present not only during your turn but during other people's turns. Don't be that individual. Be like, oh, I missed my trigger. Can I do this? You know, can I take backsies? Not only watching how other people play, you may learn something, but it may change the way your turn's going to be. Because I keep saying, when it gets to your turn, you should know what you're going to do. If you are at your untap, upkeep, draw, first main phase, like, okay, what am I going to do? To me, that's the wrong answer. So,
unless you just draw the most amazing card.
Yeah.
Right, like your best card in your deck. Yeah, you should have an idea. Yeah, I agree.
Because all right. Yeah. What's up, KB?
No, I'm learning a lot.
Oh, we're learning a lot. Taking note. All right, check on learning. Check on learning, class.
Oh no, why did I say that?
All right. So, first question, multiple choice.
Ooh.
Okay.
What are the phases of a turn? Is it beginning phase, main phase, combat phase, end phase, or all of the above?
Oh, it's all of the above, but I think you missed one.
Okay. What did I miss?
The pre-combat phase.
That's a pre-combat step. So steps within phases.
Okay.
But always pick all the above. That's what the military taught me.
Always pick all those. Yeah.
Okay.
What a setup for future soldiers all to know.
Yeah. You know, we're passing the torch. You know, pass it along, pass the knowledge forward, or pay it forward.
Call that,
whatever they do.
Call that mentoring.
All right. Okay, redemption time. This is our redemption arc, KB.
Okay.
When can you play lands, creatures, and sorceries? What phase?
Main phase.
My man! In combat, what step only happens if this keyword is on a card that's attacking?
First strike.
First strike step. What are the two things that trigger a first strike combat damage step?
Oh, first strike or double strike?
My man.
Oh.
Okay.
Old dogs can learn new tricks.
Yeah. All right, this is going to be a brain teaser here. At what point does damage on a creature that didn't die or get destroyed during combat phase, when does that damage go away?
Clean up.
Woo! Get that boy a medal. Get him a medal.
Send me a trophy. Come on.
I think you want a pre-con top. Why don't you just send him one from your stash? I know you've got a stack of Final Fantasy pre-cons there. To send him one.
You know, have you picked which one you want yet, KB?
What? Until I heard that there's a Ninja Turtle one.
Oh.
I mean, when I was a kid, I was a Ninja Turtle kid for sure.
We were going to talk about that in Corgi Finance Minute. So let's just go ahead and just talk. We'll talk Ninja Turtles.
Let's do it.
So that's gonna be your comeback deck. Is that what I'm hearing, KB?
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I've got you down for 1. Yeah, so it's
Sold
gonna
whether I
be.
want it or not.
I will say that if I were you, right, I would either pre-order them the day they go on sale, the way things have been going, or you will be paying probably $150, $160 for this pre-con. So just going off the trends lately. So the day they go on sale, everybody, if you want Ninja Turtles, order it immediately. And stay listening to Military Grade Magic. We will let you know when they're going on sale. But yeah, absolutely. I did want to touch on this during our last episode. We were talking about secret layers coming up. I saw images for this in the middle of our podcast, but I could not find the official announcement, and I didn't want to report on something that might have been fake news, whatever. But one of the ones we didn't talk about last go around was the PlayStation secret layer drop that's coming. Have you seen this, Top?
Yes, I have. The God of War one, I kind of want.
God of War looks sick. I'm a huge Last of Us fan, so I'm super stoked for the Last of Us one. It looks great. They got Uncharted. They've got Horizon Into the Forbidden West and Ghosts of Tsushima. Sorry. So yeah, they got a lot of really good, cool cards. The full sets have not been announced yet, as far as all of that goes. Excuse me. These are going to go on sale October 27th, so just a couple weeks away. These are going to go quick. I have a feeling. So if you're wanting to get your hands on these, they're for the non-foil edition, they're $40. If you want foil, it's gonna be $50. So if you're wanting to get your hands on these at a reasonable price, and they're all unique cards. They're not for the. I take that back. Some of the God of War cards are reskins. Most of the cards are originals. So if it's something you're wanting to get, jump on it. That's what I'm trying to say. Since we talked about it earlier, I'm just going to add this in on the Corgi Finance Minute. Top, your neighbor, $330 for a Taiga right now.
The picture he sent me, he's coming over tomorrow. It looked like near mint on the picture he sent me.
Near mint? See, this is moderately played, so...
He can basically retire right now. You know?
$330. Shucks.
330 schmeckles.
Is that a little? Is that a lot?
I don't know.
And here we are on VV Watch. So October 5th, we took a slump down to $27, and then we kind of mellowed back out at $29 right now. So we're still holding in there pretty strong around that $30 mark. The official banning in standard should be happening in November. As of right now, is what they're saying.
Okay.
So just keep hanging in there. $30 for your commander card, I'd say is not ideal, but it is a much more reasonable price than what it was running for. So if BV is what you had your heart set on for an Izzet commander, they just give it another month or so, and we should start seeing what's going to level out at for the long term.
Okay.
I think that's all I got for you, Top.
What was the height of VV? What has it fallen from? What's its fall from grace like? Are we talking like $100 per down to 20?
So on release date, it was $90.
Woo!
And then it was hovering around 55 to 45 for the longest time, and then
this is the base version.
This is base,
okay.
Yes. And then August 10th is when rumors started that it might get banned, and then it dropped. It's from August 10th till now. We've slumped from 45 down to 30.
Quick tangent. Do you think they'll ever unban Jeweled Lotus? Did you hear?
I don't know.
I don't know. Because they I'm not going to say dissolved, but what was the latest like MTG news? Didn't they disband the Commander's Rules Committee or something like that recently?
Okay, so that I sent you, that was a year old.
That was a year
And
old?
that did happen right after the Jewel Lotus ban.
Okay.
Like weeks after, and supposedly that was the death threats. They were death threatening the rules committee over a card, over the Jeweled Lotus.
Oh, man.
And here we are. It's bananas to me. For a card. But in most pods, if you showed up with a Jewel Lotus, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think too many people are going to stop you in
Yeah, I
casual
mean,
Commander from playing your Jeweled Lotus or your
not to
Dockside Extortionist.
not to out our one of our soldiers, right? But she has we'll have her on with her fake cards one of these days. She has a fake commander based off House Moving Castle that got dreamt up, right? And like we all know it's not a real card. Like, okay, whatever. And it's broken as fuck. Like you literally get to cast one thing for free from your hand every turn. And it's a hexproof commander, so it's very annoying. But like, whatever. I mean, you sit down at the table and like you announce like, "Hey, this is not a real card. Is it cool?" And yeah, okay.
I mean,
I don't care.
Are people that pretentious to where they're going to be like,
Yeah,
I'm going to stick my nose up at you? That's not a real card. Oh.
I mean, like if you, I was talking about my Dream Hydra card the other day. Like, I wouldn't show up to my LGS and try to weasel it. You know what I mean? I would at least tell people, like, hey, this is a fan made card. Is this okay? And if they say no, okay, I have other decks. You know what I mean? But I'll ask first. I'm not just going to surprise somebody. But
I'm still dreaming up, no pun intended, my Nightmare on Elm Street deck.
Ooh.
That idea. So I wanted to lean into like the dungeon or what's the other one? The initiative. But instead of a dungeon initiative, it is like Freddy's Dream World, where every time he hits you, you go down lower into the dream world, or you get deeper into the dream where worse and worse things happen to you, and to the final level where you die. And I don't know. And there will be I was just thinking of like cool things like there's a line where he says every town has an Elm Street, so like it makes 1 mana of everyone be an Elm Street, and if you have Elm Street, you can't block Freddy Krueger, so he hits you all the time. I don't know, this fun good stuff. If I was to make a Universes Beyond Commander deck, it would be Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street. I just think that'd be Rakdos, obviously. This would be a good time.
Everything's Rakdos. You're Rakdos.
Yeah.
You're Rakdos.
Everybody gets a Rakdos. Listeners, be on the look-see. The Rakdos dance, which is going to be a fun take on the Humpty dance, is gonna be dropping here sometime. Just saying.
Oh
yeah,
no.
It's gonna be awesome.
We're Top's getting in on the AI song game, so we'll have more musical content pumping out soon.
Okay, KB, any last thoughts as we wrap up here?
I did take. I took one note.
Ooh,
Is in Commander, are there minimum and maximum sizes for the decks?
There's only one size. It is 1 commander and 99 other cards. It is a singleton, meaning you can only have one of each type of named card in your deck, to include non-basic lands. You can't have multiple named non-basic lands unless the only caveat is the card specifically says you can have unlimited number of this type of card, like your Shadowborn Apostles, the Nazguls, you can have multiples of. But otherwise, it is 99 cards, and it's a singleton format, meaning you have to have unique cards. You can't have multiples unless things say otherwise.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why cards like Heir Apparent and that I think it's the Rat Colony is the other one.
Dragon's
They
Approach.
they say Dragon's Approach. They say you can have any number of these cards in your deck. So if you can find a way to build decks around those, I know Moose had a Heir Apparent deck that we played with a couple of times. Those kind of decks can get out of control very quickly. So.
And you'd think it's hard to fill up a deck with, 99 cards. It can get pretty rough whittling it down to 100 because, the template of 10 card draw, 10 ramp, 10 removal, and then let's just say 40 lands. That's 70 cards right there.
I have usually the opposite problem where I usually have 110, 112 cards, and it's like, okay, what do I need to cut?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it lands? No.
Because I can't get rid of my spice.
Don't get rid of your lands. Don't be like old Chief. Be like new Chief. Keep your lands.
Oh, I'm going to look this up right quick before we bounce. We were talking about priority a lot, and it probably confused everyone out there, which is, is what it do. But the Command Zone had a fantastic episode where they actually brought in a judge. It's called Power of Priority. If you just YouTube Power of Priority in YouTube or type it into whatever podcast thing you search, it's a pretty quick podcast. They basically go over exactly what this podcast went over, but yeah, they brought on a judge and they really go in depth on what priority actually is and when you can and cannot do things. So I really recommend that episode to any new players out there or existing players. I listen to it every now and then and learn something new every time, it seems. Chief, last thoughts?
Yeah, so our scheduling release got a little wonky this past week. We apologize, but want to reiterate we are planning on starting a holiday tournament in December. So we still got 5 slots open for that as of right now. So if you are interested in taking part in our holiday tournament, go ahead and hop on there. Let us know if you want to play. Go to our website, www.mgm or militarygraymagic.com. So sorry. Go there. Drop us a pin. Say you want to take part. We'd love to get you in there playing. What else? YouTube wise, what song are we doing this week? I can't remember.
This week, Wooburg.
Wooburg.
Captain Wooburg.
Song.
This
is a good one.
We were talking about doing this early on, and I'm like, we have to do a Captain Planet style theme for Wooburg. It's only fitting.
It's right. It's the right thing to do.
Have you finished it? Got the final edit on it? I just have that original version.
It's on Drive.
Okay.
It's Wooburg 4.0. It took so many times to get right. I'm very pleased with it now.
Wooburg 4.0. Fantastic.
It's a good one. Yeah. So yeah, I'll get that out this week as well. And but yeah, YouTube. So we're hovering around 9 subscribers. So you can hurry up and be on the ground.
Almost double digits, baby.
I know we're almost out of the double digits. So y'all need to hurry up and subscribe. But yeah, thanks so much for coming out. And KB, nice to meet you. Pleasure having you on.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being on.
Yeah. All right, this is where we roll the proverbial outro music. And thanks for this off.
I'm all tapped out. Final flash.
To obliterate our foes with one last